everyone. Today we will discuss about the rest part of the reproduction in animals. Okay. Good morning everyone. So previous day we learn about the what is sperm, what is ovum, what is the reproduction, what is the importance of reproduction and the fertilization. Today we learn about the two types of fertilization. One is internal fertilization, another one is the external fertilization. Internal fertilization occurs of the inside the human body and external fertilization occurs outside the female's body. Okay. Internal fertilization occurs mostly in the terrestrial animals that present in the land most probably. Okay. That may be reptiles, that may be mammals, human, dogs. Okay. But the external fertilization occurs mostly in the aquatic animals, that is frog, that is snake. Okay. So the types of the fertilization, two types. Internal fertilization. Okay, I will discuss the chapter question in my offline video. Okay. Internal and external fertilization. What is internal fertilization? When the fertilization occurs inside the female body. Okay. Example cow dog. এখানে কিন্তু সোজা দেখাচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ এটাকে fertilization is the name of the process and zygote is the product. Okay. The process by which male eggs and sperms are fused, the name of the process is the fertilization, and after the fusion of egg and sperm which form, that is called zygote. Zygote is one type of the cell. Okay. And fertilization is the name of the process. Both are totally different. One is process, one is product. So internal fertilization, when fertilization occurs inside the female's body, that is example cow and dog. Okay. So there is another process when the females are unable to carry the baby, or if there is any problem in the ovary, if there is any problem in the oviduct. Through oviduct is just tube like, channel like, tube like structure or channel like structure through which sperm go to the ovum. But sometimes by accident, due to some health problems, maybe tumor or anything, cyst may be present in the oviduct, block the pathway of the oviduct. So that's why sperm cannot reach to the ovum. So there is no fertilization occurs. Now what happen if the couples are want to adopt a baby? So then doctor collect the ovum from the mother's body and collect the sperms from the father's body. The fertilization that occurs inside the female's body, that now occurs outside the female body in the lab. So they collect the ovum and sperm from the males and females body, then they fertilization occurs in a lab, maybe in a dish, okay, and then zygote formation within 1 week, and after the formation of the zygote, then the zygote again inject inside the female's body. Now automatically just normal of the process of the female body, the baby is also zygote form into the baby up to the 9 months, okay. Only the fertilization process occurs outside the female body, that is called in vitro fertilization, okay. That is fertilization occurs outside the female body. So what is the full form of the IVF? IVF is in vitro fertilization. In vitro fertilization, and biological mothers, the sperm and ovum are collected from the biological mother's and father's body, then the fertilization occurs outside the female body. In some cases, if female are also unable to carry the baby also, then they take help of the surrogate mother. What is surrogacy? The another mother, not biological mother, they rent their womb for some money and carry the baby for the 9th month or up to the delivery. That is called surrogacy, okay. So this is the process when any couple or when any female are unable to process their baby, then they help of the surrogate mothers, or otherwise the after the fertilization the zygote are inserted in the female's body, okay. That is called in vitro fertilization. So Bhojo and Paheli teacher once told them in the classes that in some women's oviduct are blocked. Obviously there may be some health problem occurred or maybe accident may be occurred. These women are unable to bear babies because sperm cannot reach the eggs for the fertilization. If oviducts the pathway is blocked, so how the sperms are reached to the ovum? In such cases doctors collect freshly released egg and sperm and keep them together for few hours for IVF. In vitro fertilization, fertilization outside the body, the doctors then collect the sperm and ovum from the mother's and father's body and then keep in the lab for 1 hour, more than 1 hour. In the case fertilization occurs, the zygote is allowed to develop for about a week and then it is placed in the mother's uterus completely and the baby is born like another baby. Baby is born through this technique is called test tube babies. This term is actually misleading because baby cannot grow in the test tube. So there is a very misconception that test tube baby means the baby may be grow inside a test tube. That is totally wrong. Test tube baby is just similarly to the father's and mother's characteristic. There is no new characteristics, so much new characteristics is not occur. The freshly released egg and sperm just collect from the mother's and father's body by the injecting process and then they are released in a dish and that occurs in the lab, and after 1 week or more than 1 hour the egg and sperms comes close together and the zygote formation occurs. After the formation of the zygote, then the zygote get inserted maybe in the biological mother's body. If the biological mother's body are unable to also process the carry the baby, then they injected into the surrogacy mother, okay. This is the total process of the test tube baby or IVF, in vitro fertilization. Now what is external fertilization? You will be surprised to know that many animals fertilization takes place outside the body of the female. In these animals fertilization takes place in water. So in the case of the internal fertilization that occurs inside the female body or that occurs mostly in the terrestrial animals. But in the case of the external fertilization, the fertilization occurs outside the female body and that occurs maybe in the mostly occurs in the aquatic animals, because if you have seen fish frog, they release their egg, that is jelly like, on the water, and male also deposit their sperms into the water. The sperms have the tail, so they are motile, they can reach to the egg by through the air, by through the water, and then fertilization occurs. But if it is, as it is occurs in the outside of the female body, there is a most of the chance to destroy the eggs very much. So that's why frog, fish, they lay thousands of eggs, but hen, they lays only one eggs, because they are fertilization. In the case of the hens, their first one, their eggs are totally covered by a hard covering, that is case, hard case cell. So that's why there is no chance to be destroyed, and the fertilization, the ovum and sperm that occurs in the female's body, so no destroy occur, there is no chance or less chance to destroy the eggs. But in the case of the frog and fishes, there is no covering in the eggs, so they are jelly like, soft and delicate, they obviously destroyed. Some predators also present in the water, water forces, air forces, any type of environmental hazard, so many causes are present there to destroy the eggs, and there is less chance fertilization maybe occurs and fertilization maybe not occurs, because sperm don't know where is the eggs are present, it start to motile, then if it is reached to the eggs, fertilization occurs, if it does not, it does not occurs. Okay? So that's why they lay thousands of eggs, at least few of them are get fertilized by the sperms. Okay? So there is more very important question that why does the frog lay thousands of eggs but hen lay only one egg. Okay? This is the cause, because there is less chance of the fertilization occurs, and there is a chance of the destroying egg is the very much by the predators, by the any type of environmental condition. So during spring or rainy season, frogs and toads move to the ponds and slow flowing streams. Okay? When the ponds and slow flowing streams, when the male and female come together into water, the female lays hundreds of eggs. Unlike hen's egg, frog's eggs is not covered by a shell, and it is comparatively very delicate. Obviously, hen's eggs have the shell, so it is hard, but the frogs don't have any type of shell, so they are soft and delicate. A layer of jelly holds the eggs together and provide protection to the eggs. A jelly-like structure are present where the eggs are embedded, and it helps to protect the eggs. As the eggs are laid, the male deposits sperms over them. Each sperm swim randomly in the water with the help of their tail. The sperms come in contact with the eggs. This result in the fertilization. That this type of fertilization, in which fusion of male and female gametes takes place outside the female body, that is called external fertilization. It is very common in aquatic animals such fish, starfish. Okay. So, part is external fertilization. In vitro means 3G, in vitro means outside of the female's body. Okay? And difference between external fertilization, IVF, external fertilization only after the laying of eggs and release of sperm, the total process, the zygote formation, the development of the embryo, the development of zygote, all the events that occurs outside the female body. Okay? After laying egg to the development of the embryo, total process occurs outside the female body in the case of the external fertilization. But in the case of the IVF, only zygote formation occurs outside the female body, and after the formation of the zygote, then zygote again inserted inside the female body, and the development of the baby occurs inside the female body. Okay? Clear, Sneha? Oviduct, ovida নয়, oviduct. Oviduct is tube-like channels, that is, you know that the female reproductive organ, it is a parts of female reproductive organs, uterus, ovaries and oviduct. Okay? Same things, there is the male's body, sperm testis, sperm duct and penis. The sperm duct helps to release the sperms. Okay? And they also possess some food materials and nourishing tissue that helps the sperms to nourish. That is the function of the sperm ducts. Okay? Rosni, I have told you. Ma'am, can you repeat please which one is the Rishabh? Okay, so the external fertilization, when the fusion of male and female gametes occurs outside the female body. Okay, example frog, fish, Indila, if you want to write down, you can write down this, and all of these are present in your book. Just concentrated on the class. Okay, no need to write. If you want to write, you can write that. Yes, Bridget, right. Now the difference between the external and internal fertilization. What is the difference between? So you have already know what is external fertilization and what is internal fertilization. So you can easily give the answer what is the difference between the internal and external fertilization. Okay. So internal and external fertilization. Internal, first one obviously occurs inside female body. External fertilization occurs outside the female body. Number 2, mostly occurs in terrestrial, that is land living animals. Okay, terrestrial animals. Number 2, mostly occurs in aquatic animals. Okay, so first one is the occurs in the inside the female body, second one occurs in the outside of the female body. First and second one, it is occurs in the terrestrial animal, and this one is occurs in the aquatic animals. And the third one, they are in the internal fertilization. Eggs are less in number. Number 3, eggs are less in number, and eggs are, in the case of the external fertilization, eggs are thousands or more than large in number. Eggs are large in number. Okay, example give, you can give example cow, example frog. So So many differences are there. You can give them the 2 or 3, more than 2 or 3. That is the fertilization occurs outside the female body, fertilization occurs inside the female body, fertilization occurs in the aquatic animal, fertilization occurs in the terrestrial animal. Their eggs are large in number, eggs are small in number. In the case of the external fertilization, the chance of the fertilization is very less. There is chance of the fertilization is the too much, okay, because that is occurs inside the female body. So there is an important question, why do fish lay eggs in the hundreds whereas the hen lay eggs only at a time? I have already discussed about that. So what is the answer? Though these animals lay hundreds of eggs and release millions of sperms, all the eggs do not get fertilized and developed into new individual. Obviously, there is the huge number of the chances to destroy the eggs, and it is not a magic that the sperm can sense where eggs is present and sperm automatically goes to the eggs. That not happen. So this is a very less chance the fertilization occurs in the case of the aquatic animals. In this is because of eggs and sperm get exposed to the water movement, wind and rainfall. These are other animals in the pond which may feed on eggs. Thus, production of large number of egg sperms is necessary to ensure fertilization, at least a few of them. So, most of the eggs is destroyed. So, some of them if there is the release, so some of there is a less chance that the few of them may be get fertilized. Okay. So, next, development of embryo. So, how does the embryo development occur? First, egg and ovum fertilized from what? Zygote. Then the zygote start to develop and form the embryo, and the embryo move to the fetus. Okay, fetus, that is means the small baby, term of the baby. So, this is the process, ovum plus sperm. The process is fertilization. What form? That is zygote, and zygote start to divide, division, cell division, divide and form embryo. Okay, and embryo form fetus. So, what is embryo? After the fertilization, when the zygote divide, it start to divide and develop tissue and organs. Okay, that is called embryo. Okay. So, this is up to for the today. The rest of the part we will discuss in my next video. Thank you very much everyone.